Welcome to Stone Hands. Today's topic is quite morbid. The way of dying. Have you chosen the way of your death? How you are going to leave your body and what happens next? What will be done to your body? Few days ago, prior recording this video, we went to burials of our great-grandfather. And our country has Lutheran or Lutheric tradition, so boring churches basically, just plain white and no decorations. Martin Luther, and there was the preacher and the ceremony. And fun fact, 90% of people in Estonia are pagan, not Christian or religious. We believe in the greatness of the nature, but our jurisdictions, the law, the law and the jurisdiction, what is based on the church law. That's quite strange. And most people are buried on burial grounds near churches, although 90% of them are pagan. In the past, women used to give birth in the sauna, and the dead were brought to the sauna, and they were washed there and buried to their own homestead near their cottage. But nowadays we have official burial grounds that are associated with churches, and I came across the legislation that a dead person must be buried as quickly as possible according her views and beliefs towards afterlife. Okay. And I began contemplating my own afterlife. And I understood I do not believe into the church. I believe the power of the nature. I am a child of the nature. And I do not love mass graves unless there's a catastrophe, or a war. But if a person dies from natural causes, I don't see a reason why that person should be evicted to common grounds where all people are buried. It should be something more beautiful and more fascinating, something more poetic. As I am a Viking, my ancestors were sailors, they were lime burners, they were blacksmiths, they were hard-working men and women. And I would like to pass away in a similar fashion. Some 6-7 years ago, while I was staying in Cyprus on the Mediterranean Sea, I was walking all days long, 6 to 8 hours in the sea water, just contemplating the horizon and the warmth. And I started seeing visions, and I saw the vision how I passed away in this lifetime. I was an old man, much more healthier than I was during that period, even much more healthier than I am on this very moment. And I am full of joy and ease, and I go to the ocean, to the waves, and I fall to the waves, and I go to my last sleep and I see the stars in front of my eyes. How I leave the body. Okay, that's one fascinating way of passing away from this earthly body. Another version why we bought 3.5 hectares of land to create our own homestead, our king's domain, inspired by the ringing cedars of Russia, books by Vladimir Maigret, that each family should have at least 1 hectare of land where they create their homestead, their king's domain, where they create the beautiful poetry and creation by planting the plantlings and trees and seedlings, and seeing with their eyes to the future, imagining the stars and creating new life through the children. And let do heritage be your creation on the earthly plane, the Garden of Eden. You shall rest your last sleep on the premises of your king's domain. So your children shall not come to your grave, but they could see your creation, the trees that you planted, the vision that you had, and to improve it, to plant their own plants and seedlings, that your heritage would last through living materia for centuries or for thousands of years. That's a beautiful dream, and I wanted to experience it, but our legislation, law, says it's prohibited for people to be buried to their home grounds. So let me know in the comments what kind of burying or passing to the afterlife traditions you have in your country. Where do you dispose your dead? Let me know in the comments. So, and I started wondering, what now? I started creating this dream, and it's prohibited for me to die to be buried to my own home. That's sad. That's utter sadness. I don't want to go to the local cemetery. I feel no connection to that place. So I started figuring out other ways. And during the next few years, I'm going to write my testament as a young person, because I'm really aware of the process of dying, you know. And I began to contemplate that there have been quite many burning burials in our country in the past and even in the present time. The past warlords or the Viking lords and also powerful women, they were buried with their ships, buried into the ground, left with all the treasures and animals. Yes, that horses were sacrificed. Okay, let's not sacrifice horses, but let's build a Viking ship and let people send me into the sea and then shoot it with flaming arrows so I could burn with dignity. Dignity, yeah. That I could burn. Or should they build a funeral pyre to my homestead, a Viking ship, and set it into the fire? That could be another option. So now I'm contemplating through different options that is possible through legislation, because I see that law is fighting against people, that they could be brought back to their home for their bodies to be decomposed. Yes, my body will be a compost or ashes. Yes, and there are crematoriums, but they are also like you go to the supermarket, like, hey, let's burn my body, like all the 500 bodies today that were burned before and after me. That's like going to a supermarket. No, I want to be burned on my own funeral pyre. People sending me away, crying and partying and being happy after. Because then my spirit will be free. I can embody once again another body and enjoy the life. But if I'm taken to a cemetery, I will be a prison in the memories of other people, because they will have to come to my grave, clean it up, remember me, put some candles. I'm like a prisoner in a grave then for. Let me be free, I must say, and let everyone be free. And let everyone choose the way how they want to die. Why there must be legislation prohibiting people to be set free from their spirit. Let everyone choose the way of being deposed and buried or cremated in a way of their own likelihood. Like my grandmother has expressed her views. She wants to go to her home village, to the local cemetery, and be buried next to her brothers and next to her sister. My father has said he wants to be made to ashes and his ashes thrown to the lake in his childhood town. I shall help him, because having a vision how we want to be remembered or not remembered and passed away is the most important thing ever. So hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your traditions of burial and passing away. And subscribe, hit the bell button, and see you next time. Check out my videos on manifestation. Bye.